Mauricio Pochettino giving Diego Simeone's cojones gesture, drinks flying everywhere and players serenading Moussa Sissoko inside the jubilant Tottenham dressing room after incredible Champions League night against Manchester City. There were wild scenes in the Tottenham dressing room after their Etihad win. Spurs beat Manchester City on away goals in Champions League quarter-final. There were dramatic scenes late on as Raheem Sterling had a goal ruled out. Mauricio Pochettino was euphoric and mirrored Diego Simeone's cojones celebration while the squad danced and serenaded Moussa Sissoko by Peter Rutzler for Mail Online, published 15:37 BST, April 18, 2019, updated 16:14 BST, April 18, 2019. How do you celebrate winning one of the greatest Champions League matches of all time? By serenading Moussa Sissoko and making Diego Simeone's cojones gesture, of course. There were jubilant scenes in the Tottenham Hotspur dressing room following the remarkable away goals victory over Manchester City on Wednesday night. There were wild scenes in Tottenham dressing room after their Champions League success. Tottenham boss Mauricio Pochettino mirrored Diego Simeone's cojones celebration. He then turned around and slapped the tactics board that had evidently brought success. A video has emerged of Spurs' wild celebrations at full time after a night of extreme emotions. And it clearly had had an impact on both players and staff, as joy spread like a contagion through the squad as they entered the changing rooms, with match kits and drinks flying everywhere. Players embraced one another while a roaring Mauricio Pochettino was utterly euphoric as he entered the room, exclaiming his delight by punching his fists in front of him and repeatedly shouting yes to his players. He then hilariously mirrored Diego Simeone's cojones celebration, screaming at everyone and anyone, before turning around to slap the tactics board. Hugo Lloris, Toby Alderweireld, and Paolo Gazzaniga are all seen in shot shouting and clapping before Kyle Walker-Peters enters the room and kick-starts an elated rendition of Moussa Sissoko. Kyle Walker-Peters then appears to start the collective serenading of Moussa Sissoko. Tottenham progressed to the semi-finals on away goals after a 4-3 defeat on the night. The Frenchman had to be substituted in the first half due to injury and conceded after the match that he had missed the decision to overrule Raheem Sterling's late equalizer. I was on the bench when I saw the goal that made it 5-3, Sissoko told French sports newspaper L'Équipe. I was so upset that I returned directly to the dressing room. I was alone, no one had accompanied me, no TV screen was broadcasting the game. In my head, we were eliminated. Then one of the staff members entered the dressing room and told me, "Incredible, we did it." Moussa Sissoko, left, had to be substituted in the first half due to an apparent groin injury. Fernando Llorente, left, replaced him and scored a vital but controversial third goal. I said, "How did we do it?" At that moment, he told me that the goal had been disallowed, so I put on a t-shirt. I forgot about my injury and I ran outside to join the others, not to miss the celebrations for such a historic moment. It was an incredible, emotional shock. Raheem Sterling struck in stoppage time to score a fifth goal for Manchester City, one that would have seen them progress to the semi-finals. But agonizingly for City, the goal was ruled out by VAR, ensuring Tottenham's safe passage instead. Sissoko is clearly a popular figure in the Spurs dressing room as the players formed a bouncing circle as the serenading begins, before the man himself walks in, to the delight of all involved. That goal helped Pochettino's side through after more late drama as City had a goal ruled out. Raheem Sterling scored in stoppage time, but VAR intervened due to an offside in the build-up. Tottenham were already without several key players before Sissoko hit the floor with an apparent groin injury. Fernando Llorente was called upon by Pochettino as his replacement, and it proved to be a decisive moment. The Spaniard scored a vital third goal for Tottenham, bundling home a Christian Eriksen corner amid much controversy. The former Juventus striker appeared to knock the ball into the net with his hip after it had struck his hand, but after consulting a video replay, referee Kunik Kakir allowed the goal to stand. That decision helped Tottenham to reach the last four of elite European competition for the first time since Bill Nicholson's side reached the semi-finals of the European Cup in 1962. Pochettino's Trailblazers will face Ajax on April 30 in London. Let's block ads. Why?